Yeah, you said to me, Perry? Okay. Bill, I'm not hearing you too good. The only person right now I'm hearing is Perry. But we just had the massivest thunderstorm I've ever seen go through here about 40 minutes ago. And it lasted for about an hour. So big, humongous thunderstorms. Like not even like I remember having that bad this summer. So a lot of noise up here. Of course, we were playing it safe and not getting on, but man, oh day. And it's raining cats and dogs. And apparently this is going to continue on through the day, so I don't know. I know it's December, but it sure doesn't look or sound like it out there. Anyways, the N1XZW to take it, KB3RHR here near Pittsburgh.
KB3RHR, hope you can hear me, Greg. You couldn't hear me last night. N1XZW. I got tired of listening to static down here last night, and I went upstairs to get ready for bed. I had the upstairs rig turned on when you came in here and you were bellowing out a 60-75 meter calls. Been here for about a half an hour. Tried getting back to you from the upstairs rig, but I just didn't have enough. Didn't have enough. Well, it's a crappy antenna. It's only 75 watts, so I didn't expect to, but I figured, what the heck, I got pretty good path to you. And that explains why my lightning static is so loud today. The same way my antenna seems to concentrate its effort out toward you, Craig. That lightning storm that passed through your area, it was 20 over 9 crashes on my Hamlin over here. I was like, wow, there's no lightning storm around me. Where the heck is that lightning? Oh, there it goes. Coming from the direction that my antenna really seems to work the best. Anyway, I'm passing it down to Bill, I guess, and... Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm passing it back to Perry. I'll be all right. It's early. W3MMR, N1XZW.
W2SDR.
Okay, I heard something there. I'm hearing all of you all. Just let everybody know I'm hearing.
WA4DDH in the group W2SDR. Yeah, rough this morning, Bill. Actually, the only thing I really got was to turn it over to Craig. But good morning. I'm looking at the radar here on the computer, and man, we got a big nasty front coming through here. It's 48 degrees here. I think it's 48 this morning, which is like really, really warm compared to what it has been. So something is definitely going on here this morning. Well, I'm on my FT101 here this morning, and AL82. So there you go. Let me adjust my SWRs a little bit here. There we go. It's a little bit better. I haven't adjusted this tuner in quite some time, so I haven't heard Charlie yet, but good morning to Charlie and anybody else who might be missing. Perry, good signals here. KB3RHR in the group. Prenet, I guess, right? W2SDR, thanks for letting me in.
Okay, Frank. W2SDR and the old military radio Prenet. The Prenet. Yeah, 61 degrees here. The front brought warm temperatures straight through, which, as much rain as I've seen since about 3 o'clock this morning, we would have had a heck of a snowstorm. And, yeah, Perry, I saw on the news already that there was 50 to 100 people trapped in an Amazon warehouse somewhere down south. I can't, there was already 2 tornadoes so far. And we've had them here. I have one on video. It actually went over to my work, and there's big slate dumps there, and it crossed the slate dump, and I actually have that on video from my house. I was just joking around at first, but come to find out it was a tornado, so it wasn't funny afterward, that's for sure. But we are in that threat, I guess. We're in high wind threat all day, I guess. And yeah, it's funny. You look on the radar, it like starts right at like Dallas, like a real thin line. Then it widens out as far north as it goes. That's just crazy. I've never seen anything like that. But Dallas is the pinnacle, I guess, for it today. Anyway, yeah, on T368E model 242. And listen on the R274C, which is a Hammerland SP600, in honor of the old military radio net here this morning. So, only time I gravitate to this side of the room, and it just stays here on 385 pretty much. I can't say that. Sometimes I put it on 40, but yeah, so we're up to rise and shine, only because there's been big lightning storms all night, so pretty crazy, like something you would not even believe. Like, I can't tell you, shaking the house kind of thunder and lightning, so almost like summer, and I didn't even see a storm like this summer, so yeah, pretty good one. So I'm sure there's a lot of problems down south, so we'll hope this passes pretty quick. Anyway, I caught a little bit of Bill that time hearing Charlie. Okay, Charlie, sorry I didn't hear you. It was rough here last night, and continues to be a little bit rough here this morning, but very rough last night on the band here, so it would have been tough to hear you. So that's the scoop. N1XZW to take it. KB3RHR.
KB3RHR, N1XZW. Yeah, well, that rig upstairs is, it's only like 75 watts. And the antenna is a ever-changing antenna. I just moving the wires around, hoping to find a sweet spot. It's very low to the ground. But I was hearing you okay. Not a big signal, but, I was hearing you. Just, the radio, let's just say I've been told don't use that because people struggle to hear me. But I just had, the temptation was there. You kept calling and calling and calling. I said, just for shits and giggles, we'll tee it up a couple times. And I didn't expect much. I was already shut down here. Everything was turned off. I was basically in get ready to go to bed mode. I've been waking up 2 o'clock in the morning again, so by 8 o'clock I'm kind of beat. And I've been, going to bed at 8 and most nights sleeping before 9, so there you go. Anyway, it's Saturday. I won't be sticking around for the net, but I'll stay. Well, I might be here for the first part of the net. At least till the fish tank lights go on. But I gotta jump in and out of here too, because I've only had one raccoon this morning, and the others could be sitting at the back door at any given time. So every now and then I run up there and take a peek. Got to take care of my little buddies, especially if there's a bad day, bad weather coming. I picked up some cookies for him yesterday because I saw that next week it's going to be in the 50s or 60s all week. And it's going to be getting up into the 50s every day, so they definitely not going to be ready to hibernate. It takes a good snow cover on the ground to put them down for the winter. Because once there's snow on the ground, they don't like to travel because their footprints give a telltale sign back to their home. So you never see them on a morning or an evening when there's snow on the ground because they won't travel through the snow for the fear of, other creatures or people being able to follow them back to their den. So they're very smart. Raccoons are very, very intelligent. They have a very, very high IQ for a, wild animal. Anyway, well, over to you, Perry. I keep forgetting where I'm going. W3MMR, M1XZW, on the Ranger.
Good morning from W1NZR.
Good morning, KD3HT.
Okay, Perry. And there's a breaker in there. I didn't get the call. W3MMR and the assembled fine group from W1NZR/4 here in Red Oak, Battleboro, northeastern North Carolina. Very nice signal from you, Perry. You're the channel master here, followed closely by your dad. And good morning to you, Frank. Fortunately, last week it was very difficult. And I think you made a appearance. And, I had a very pleasant chat with you on Friday evening or cocktail hour from the Rhode Island location. I'm on the ART-13 this morning. You can probably hear the dynamotor running in the background and listening on 348S model. So I'll keep it moving along. Bill, good morning to you. Hope you're copying me down in South Carolina. And also good morning to Craig. Very nice signal from the, I believe you said you're running the T368, Craig. Sounding fantastic over here in northeastern North Carolina. And Charlie, good morning to you in Rhode Island. I guess most of you guys up north are experiencing a fair amount of approaching weather. Here it's about 50 degrees. I've got some fog. And a little bit of rain expected, but not that much. And we certainly could use some. We're in more or less drought conditions here and have been for 6 weeks or so. Anyway, down to Bill, WA4D and the pre-net. I hope Glentron shows up. This is W1NZR. And over to you, Bill. Go ahead.
Yes, that's well.
Barreling in here between you and Harry. You guys are coming in here, but I am hearing everybody this morning. No problem at all. Just a lot of static crashes from my location here, and I'm picking up everybody. I think I live on the two roads, so it kind of helps out a little bit. But yeah, we got a random one down here, but nothing yet. We have no tornadoes in the area. But I'm hearing everybody playing well. I'll keep it short. I was turning it over. See what's going on.
I'm just going to stand by until the net starts. If it starts, with all the breakers, give everybody else a chance to say hello. Over to you, Steve. KD3HT in the group, W2SDR.
Yep. Good morning, everybody. Not going to hold it either. And I'm not sure who broke in after me. So I think I heard Joe, WA2EJT, and lightly. But I don't know who else was in there. So, hey, Perry, you're the lucky one. W3MMR, KD3HT.
Good morning, everyone. KM4.
Yeah, I can run it. You okay, Kurt? Get myself on frequency if I'm supposed to be at control, right? Or coding frequency. That's close enough. Well, good morning, everybody. And a big list in there. I got most of it. The problem is I can't see my monitor because I didn't bring my glasses with me. But we'll figure it out. And calling the old military radio net, This net meets weekly, Saturday mornings at 05. And propagate thoughts about amateur radio and military radios mixing together. So, hey, anybody's welcome to join and enjoy the conversation. This isn't a directed net. Try to do a list, keep things moving, and appreciate everybody's helps once the veil of gray line moves in. I'm sure we're going to lose close stations, and everybody has to participate. So it can be a lot of fun. Anyway, so with that, I don't have. I have a pretty bad memory, so I'm sure I could screw this up as well as anything. Desk wasn't ready for this. But I'll make a list as we go. So why don't we go down to, well, let's see if there's anybody else that hasn't been called out in Perry's list. Please call now. This is KD3HT. Over. Okay, that's pretty good and silent. So why don't we go with what was there, and it was starting with you, Perry, Brown, Frank, and onwards. And turn it to who you were turning it to. When it comes back to me, I'll turn it down to Joe, and we'll make sure everybody gets in there and keep that as the first part of the rotation anyway. I got some of it. I have most of it memorized, so we'll see how it goes. If nobody's sure where to turn it to, please let me know, and we'll straighten it out. So W3MMR in the old military radio net, KD3HT, over.
Very good, Perry. Well, thank you for your willingness to be NCS, save for having woken up too early. But you're just pounding in to northeastern North Carolina. Very, very nice signal indeed. And very good morning to all. This is W1NZR in Battleboro, North Carolina. I'm on the ART-13 this morning. And actually, signals are quite good. I'm amazed. Steve, you're coming in very nicely here. Oftentimes at this early hour, you're not. So we'll see what happens with the propagation. But thank you for picking up the net. I don't know what's up with Glenn N1SNG. He's been experiencing some local noise, and I suspect that may be causing him a large amount of radio heartache. So, anyway, we'll get through it. Thanks for stepping in there. So, again, good morning to all. I could tell that Joe was in there. I don't know if you're copying me, Joe. Very good morning to you. AM4XG. So, I know, Bill, you said you're hearing everyone fairly well, and so I assume that includes me. So I'm going to hand it down to you. WA4DDH, and I believe you hand it to Frank, W2SDR. And again, good morning to you, Frank. Very nice signal in here, as usual, from southern New Jersey, and I did actually motor by your place on, let's see, it was Tuesday. Yes, as I was making my way south, again, from New England, with another load of equipment, slowly moving the pile from one part of the earth to another. WA4DDH in South Carolina from W1NZR in North Carolina. Go ahead, Bill.
We're kind of short range. So, still a lot of here in Charlotte, my barometer, I'm hearing him, but a lot of Delta Hotel, the Voice of Burlington,
Oh boy, that was rough. WA4DDH in the group, an old military radio net. W2SDR. Good morning to everyone again from Salem County. Good morning to Brown. I haven't said good morning to you yet, and good morning to Steve, Joe. I guess Joe got in on the list here. AT and Craig. I'm not sure who else is there. Charlie. I think I got mostly everybody. I'm Frank. W2SDR, my FT101E this morning. AL82 amplifier. Copper wire dipole antenna. Belden coax. Let me see what else. That should pretty much say it all. Hope everybody made out okay in this upsetting weather. We're not through with it here yet on the East Coast. We're going to get some rain and quite a bit of wind later on today. So that's the forecast. Not very Christmas-like, this weather. And poor people with the tornadoes and those storms. It's terrible going through those type of weather disasters, I'm sure. So I can't even imagine. This will be my one and out. Thanks again for the net. Thanks for running the net, Steve. And we'll see you later. Steve, I never hear you during the week. I wonder if you've been getting on during the week, or anybody getting on down the band on 3705. I've been trying to get on. I guess up here in this section of the band during the week, but then it goes long very, very quickly. You may want to, if you could, mention it. Is anybody getting on down the band, or have you been getting on during the week? Or I've lost track of Chuck, FJJ, and KA3, and what's his name? His buddy there. I'm drawing a blank here. So I sold my car to. And anyway, are those guys getting on? Have you been getting on in the evenings? I'll listen out here for a few minutes, and see you guys later. KD3HT in the group. Old Military Radio Net, W2SDR.
You okay, Frank? Yep, still there. Getting on. I'm trying to get on a roll here because, as you said, the band is taking off. We were on last night, so it's hit or miss, but people are still down there. So we're very good on everything. This is where I may have screwed up, and I apologize if I did. I got Charlie before Craig, so Charlie, N1XCW, go ahead, and then you can send it to Craig, KB3RHR, KN4XG, and then to Joe, WA2EJT. So go ahead, Charlie, N1XCW and the Old Military Radio Net, KD3HD.
Yeah, I'm here. I was waiting for Charlie. Charlie, it's your turn, N1XCW.
Nothing right there. Go ahead, Craig.
Yeah, okay. He must be feeding his critters. Well, good morning, everybody. Yep, everybody's doing somewhat okay here. Still lots of... I just heard a big clap of lightning a minute ago, so... nothing like living on the edge. But anyways... yeah, it was rough here about an hour, almost 2 hours ago, and apparently it's going to continue to be rough. So. But there's nothing like living on the edge here. Well, I'm on the T368 and the SP600 combo, and just Perry, just for your, I don't know if you TikTok or not, but TikTok is just full of tornado videos right now, and I guess that collapse was in. The collapse at the Amazon warehouse was in Illinois. I don't know. I think there's still people trapped in there. There was a lot of video on TikTok. I don't know. TikTok's like on-site reporting. So I was just cruising through there, looking at all the tornado videos. So, man, it's just unreal weather. And it's still pouring down here. Thank goodness it's not snow, and that warm weather came up from the south. But craziness. Anyway, lots of static here, of course, and but okay conditions. Everybody's doing well here in the southwestern Pennsylvania. So here comes Jim, KM4XG, and the Old Military Radio Net, KB3RHR, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, good morning, Craig. Good morning to the members of the net. That's from KM4XG, Herndon, Virginia. Hearing everyone pretty well this morning. The usual suspects are Craig here, Frank, and Perry. And Craig, you got a real good signal here as well. And Brown, and had a little trouble with Bill. But he also said he couldn't hear me, I think. So, yeah, some serious weather last night, and I've got some friends in Paris, Tennessee, and some family in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, which if you draw a line between them, it connects just perfectly to train this line of thunderstorms that came through. They were right in the thick of it. I'm wondering if they've got some power issues down there. I'm still waiting to hear from contacts in both of those locations. According to the radar, they both got plastered by this red clouds here. I don't know if they were tornado-containing clouds, but it certainly didn't look very nice on radar. So I'll be looking forward to hear from them today. I hope everyone's okay down there. It'd be nice to hear from Kevin down there in Kentucky. I don't know if he'll be popping in here anytime soon, but anyway, nice to hear everyone this morning. And I'm just running the same old rice box that I always run here. So I guess let's see. It goes to WA2EJT. And the old radio, military radio net. Here's KM4XG.
Amazingly good propagation this morning. I hear a couple of runs from earlier calls. My name is Joe. I'm located in upstate New York near Binghamton. Running actual military equipment here. We have a DC-348 receiver and a DC-2 and a DC-453 fiber standing by. This section that I've been working on military projects, I have a DC-453 receiver on my bench. I'm doing some experimenting with running it with 28 volts of beat clock, say 250 volts, and working on a previous station on the Army Air Corps FL-8 and the corresponding Navy NAM 68304. I'm not responding as between now and then it's because demand has changed. And let's see, I did want to say hello to Brown, who's weak here, but good to hear you, Brown, from way down south. And so with that, I'll turn it to you, Steve, and it's amazing to hear you early in the morning here. It's been a long time since I've actually been able to do all look at our Saturday, but we all know it's quickly. So anyway, over to you, Steve, when you're ready for your KD380 WA2EJT. Over.
Yeah, okay, Joe. Very good. Solid copy. You're 40 over here, overcoming the lightning static and doing fine business. So no issue. Very good on the military projects. And Bill DDH was a little tough to hear here, but I did get him. Jim's nice and strong. Craig, of course, very strong. Brown's got a good signal. Everybody but Bill was a little tough. So, yep, let's hope that people are able to get out and review the damage rather than be part of the damage in this stuff. It's going, it's a little bit north of me and a little bit west at this point, so it may skirt by us as far as the rain goes, but I'm sure we're going to get the winds, and we'll see how that all takes off. So this is the old military radio net, calling the old military radio net, and see if anyone else is out there to join us this morning. This is KD3HT. Please go ahead.
N1SNG.
Kilo Oscar 4 Sierra Sierra Yankee.
Anybody relay the call after Glenn?
Yeah, it was Kilo Oscar 4 Sierra Yankee.
Okay, I think it was Kilo Hotel 4 Sierra Sierra Yankee, something like that. So we'll pick that up. So good morning, Glenn. Why don't you take it and say good morning. N1SNG and the old military radio net, KD3HT.
Yeah, KD3HT and the old military radio net, N1SNG. Good morning to the group. And that last station was Kilo Oscar 4 Sierra Sierra Yankee. Kilo Oscar 4 Sierra Sierra Yankee. Checking in there, Steve. And this is amazing, the signals this morning, and it's really suppressing the line noise here, which is a big treat. So I figured I'd try to check in and see what was going on, and unaware of weather disasters down south. Boy, Amazon building. I haven't even looked at the news yet, so I really don't want to. It sounds pretty bad, and prayers go out to all those, and hopefully, assistance comes and to help those people out. Wow. And very good morning to Brown. Brown, you're right up there with Steve. You're good 20 over here. Perry, 20 plus. WA4DDH was very, very light, but Frank, 20 plus. Did not hear Charlie in there. Craig, the T368 is doing a good job this morning. You're 20 over here. I did not hear KN4XG. WA2EJT, Joe, good morning to you. You have a light copy, but 100%. So a little bit of less noise here this morning. It's a real treat. So Steve, I'm going to turn it back to you. And did you pick up that station K04SSY? Back to you, Steve.
Yep, K04SSY. Please go ahead. Yeah, Perry or Craig, if you can turn it to them, I'm sure they'll hear you. Yep, very good, Bill. Nice to make your acquaintance. My name is Steve, located up here in the Poconos. If you're copying me through the static crashes. All right, let's go back down through the list. W3MMR, W1NZR, and see if Frank's still going to make a transmission there. W2SDR, to Craig, KB3RHR, Jim, KM4XG, Joe, WA2EJT. Back up to Glenn, N1SNG, and back to me. So go ahead, Perry, KD3HT.
W3MMR. Thanks, Steve. Good morning, Glenn. Good to hear you, buddy. Yeah, I know the local noise situation is over there is pretty much preventing you from running the net. I know it's brutal, man, but real good to hear you breaking in here this morning and checking in, Glenn. Great to hear you, man. Good signal down this way as always, buddy. And good signals really all the way around. Bill, WA4DDH, was definitely holding his own that last go-round in between the lightning. But I'll tell you what, for Ranger Power from South Carolina to make it all the way up here and on a morning like this, I'd say he's doing something, man. So good job, Bill, and great to hear you this morning as well. But really great band conditions all the way around. I didn't have to get up at 4. I woke up super early to get on the pre-net this morning thinking that, we were going to lose conditions. But apparently I didn't have to. So things are still holding up in here quite well here in southeastern Pennsylvania this morning. And don't have any specific signal reports to write down, but everybody is well above the noise here. So good job all the way around. Good morning to you, Jim, KM4XG. Great to hear you, buddy. Good morning to Joe as well, WA2EJT. And, all right. And, Craig, yeah, you're real good on the, I think you said the warehouse collapse might have been in Indiana. And, yeah, man, it's brutal stuff, man. I'm glad I don't live in the, Tornado Alley and have to actively think about that stuff all the time, But it's definitely something that we have to think about now, being an EF3 tornado came through this area a few months ago, man. So, anyway, we'll keep it moving. Big group in here. I'll stick around for one more, or however long until the band craps out. So, down to you, Brown. Yeah, you're not up there this morning. You're down there. W1NZR and the old military radio net. This is W3MMR.
Well, very good, Perry. W3MMR and the Mill-Rad Net. W1NZR, North Carolina, returning. Well, your signal's holding up very nice, Perry, and yeah, you're right. This is slightly unusual, at least given the past few weeks of operations at this time of day, where the propagation has favored just about everyone. Kind of interesting. Glentron, very good morning to you, and glad to hear that your local noise is a little bit subdued. If by the static crashing, but you're putting in a very nice signal here in between them. The static isn't too awful bad here. We've had a little bit of drizzle overnight, and it's foggy at the moment, about 52 degrees. In fact, it's supposed to get close to 70 today. But obviously it's affecting you guys in the Northeast a little bit more. Very good morning to Bill on the other side of the great state of North Carolina here in Murphy. I met Bill, made Bill's acquaintance last evening with another fellow from Georgia, and I invited him to check in with us. You have a good signal on this side of the state, Bill. Sorry that the static is affecting you in such a way, but that's the way it goes. Jim, good morning to you. Wonderful signal from Virginia. Yeah, you're pounding in here, as you have in the past. So, let's see. Not a whole lot more. I'm doing a couple of things in the background here. This current setup is on the second floor of my working up here, which I'm still settling out and have many things to do. But I'm certainly heartened by all the good reports I get with a kind of a compromise antenna. They still only have a single 75-meter dipole up there checked out, as has Frank. So I am going to hand it to Jim, and also Bill is taking a back seat. So Jim, hopefully you still copy me. KM4XG up in Herndon. This is W1NZR. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it goes up to Charlie next, and N1 KZW, KM4XG.
Yeah, he wasn't there the last time we turned in either. Yep. Go ahead, Jim.
What about Craig? Is he out also?
Well, Brown changed the order, I guess, so turn it to Craig when you're done.
Okay, real good. Well, 73 to Bill and Frank, if you're still listening. Good morning to you, 73. And Charlie, I don't know, maybe he'll come back a little bit later. Hopefully the band will be hanging in there. For those of you who have radar at your operating console, there's a really impressive looking line of thunderstorms on radar right now. Maybe that's got something to do with it. Who knows? Could be the phases of the moon. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty impressive looking, and the lightning map's pretty impressive looking too. You don't see that very often. Just a solid line of lightning strikes, as I say, going from almost up in Ontario down into southeast Texas. Really amazing for this time of year. Still hearing everybody really well. Let me pass it up to Craig real quick. KB3 RHR and the old military radiation net. This is KM4XG.
Okay, well, I'll make this my last one, because I am smack dab in the middle of all that stuff. So, I guess they're saying on the news that this is the highest number of tornadoes in record for I don't know how many years. I missed that part, but unbelievable. It's just, it's very, very serious over here, and here I am transmitting right in the middle of it. So, anyway, it's good to hear everybody here this morning. Most signals were here okay. Of course, a lot of static crashes, but pleasure to get in here and fire up this little T368 and work it a little bit. It doesn't get that much work, so. You guys have a great weekend here and a good holiday, because I probably won't talk to you after here, because we'll be straight on through till Christmas. So you guys take care. Best of 7-3 from down here in southwestern Pennsylvania. Let's see, I guess it goes to Joe now, WA2EJT, to take it. If not, of course, Steve, pick it up. This is KB3RHR. 7-3, guys, have a great day.
Yeah, fine business, Joe. Still have a good signal, and copied everything from you, so that's excellent. Good on your vacation plans, envious, and it sounds like you'll have a nice time. And let's just see if Bill is still there, and then I'll do another call up. K04SSY, Bill, if you're still copying, go ahead.
Still down there, Bill?
Okay. I figured I'd give him a chance. And I heard him talking to Brown last night, and I can't see my logs. Well, this is all from memory. One of the guys is running an ART-13. So Bill has a KW-1, I know, and I don't know if he was on it last night or not. Brown probably remember that. And, you know, very good all the way around. I am running the ART-13 here this morning as well, and listening on various receivers. So all the way around, everybody's good copy here, and no problems. And 73 to you, Craig. And hopefully your lungs are all cleared out there, and you can get back. Not that you want to get back to work, but you can get back to the mine there. So 73 to you. Let's see if there's anyone else for the net. Please, this is the old military radio net, calling the old military radio net. Anybody else want to check in, please call now. This is KD3HT.
KD3HVG on station.
And the KB8 station, a little bit weak here. Can you say your call again?
Kilo Bravo 8, Mike Delta Foxtrot.
Okay, I got 8 Mike Delta Frank. We'll get the rest of it. And good morning to you, Jeep. Sounding good here. K3HVG. So right over to you, Jeep. And if you got 8 MDF's call, send it to him, and then we'll send it up to the top. So K3HVG in the old military radio net, KD3HT.
Okay, good morning to you, Steve. KD3HT and the old military radio net, K3HVG. Jeep and Frederick, Maryland. Okay, glad to be with you this morning. Unlike last week, Steve, you're about 20 over. I did hear Joe earlier, and I did hear the 8 station, so I will turn it over. I talked to Ted a few days ago, and we discussed again him giving me a call while he's en route to his thrice weekly treatments, to give a call on the cell phone, and I would try to patch him in. That didn't happen last Saturday, obviously. But I talked to him again, so perhaps when he's riding with his either the transportation company or his son-in-law, he'll be able to give me a call. So that's the deal. I think it's KD8. I may have the prefix wrong. KD8, Mike Delta Papa, and the old military radio net. K3HVG, go ahead.
Yep, KD8 MDP, go ahead.
I think you can get to me. This is Kilo Bravo 8, Mike Delta Foxtrot. My name is Adam. I'm here in Fulton County, Ohio. I don't know when I'm up early. I'm usually up early. It sounded like conditions might be okay for me. I don't know. I may have a problem or something. I don't share the same management on this engine. It's probably just wet, but I won't hold it. I'd like to say good morning to everybody. I like listening to the net. Everybody take care and have a good Saturday. KB8MDL. Back to that.
Yeah, very good. Turn my receiver off. Very good, Adam. KB8MDF, KD3HT. And you have a good signal over here. Audio, it's just a little light, so it makes it hard with the static noise, that's all. So normally would not be a problem. And welcome. I'll keep you in the list, and we'll see how things progress as we go around. But always welcome. Glad you're listening, and definitely glad you joined us. So, Perry, let's go back up to you. W3MMR, W1NZR, down to Jim, KM4XG, Joe, WA2EJT, Glenn, N1SNG. Did we turn it to Glenn this time? I guess we did. No, Joe turned it to me, and I did a call-up. So let me just pick up Glenn real quick and I know Bill's not there. We did turn it to him. But, you know, it's amazing how quickly I can forget stuff. But, Glenn, I'm going to let you get an extra one in here then. So, N1SNG, you take it and then turn it up to Perry, Brown, Jim, Joe, and then we'll go to you again, and then Jeep and Adam. So, go ahead, Glenn. Make a verbal something we won't forget. N1SNG, KD3HT.
3EMD. W3 EMD. I think that's Marsa in there. Steve. Yeah, a lot of good signals in here, and quite a list growing. And good morning to Jeep, K3HVG. Trying to work out the phone patch there with Ted. Hopefully that will happen. Easier said than done, like everything else. And let me see. Yeah, Jim, on on that comet or asteroid, whatever I heard. Yeah, that's quite a ways out. I think it's what 400 million miles or something there. I'd have to do more research on it, but in any case, I don't think it's the end of the world. But running the Johnson Ranger this morning into the Johnson Thunderbolt, and probably the weakest station here was Joe. I did copy 100%, but if I brought up my gain, I would bring the noise in with it too. So I gotta kind of be careful how I kind of feather the R390A right now. The SP600 has been working pretty good with the line noise here, but it is interesting. It's neighborhood wide, and they did come in. They put all new LED light fixtures in. That didn't help. But anyway, I've been hounding National Grid. Every 2 weeks I call them, and I don't know if we're going to see them. Usually they head down south for situations which are going on there. But in any case, I've been learning to deal with it and suppress some of the noise through adjustments. And even listening on the 160-meter antenna and transmitting on the 75-meter antenna. Just, I don't want to totally, just throw the man overboard, but, I do enjoy radio. I don't want to have to suffer too much with it. But anyway, today's a great morning, and a lot of good signals in there. And Craig, if you're still listening, batten down the hatches there. And whoever is in the path of this this event, just do the best you can to keep yourselves out of harm's way. That's for sure. Not to be taken lightly. That's for sure. So anyway, we'll get it right over to. We're supposed to hand it to Perry, I think. So W3MMR. Morning, Perry, N1SNG.
N1SNG, the old military radio net. W3MMR. Okay, Glenn, good morning, buddy. Sorry, I got to stretch. Gosh. Hey, good signals. Oh, sorry, good signals all the way around. As you can see, I was laying back in the chair here. Just listening in to all the great signals this morning. Everybody's coming in great. Good morning to you, Adam. KB8MDF. Great signal out of here, too. Excuse me, Steve. Like Steve said, a little light on the audio, but if it wasn't for the static crashes, it wouldn't be an issue. So don't go cranking things to the right over there. Don't turn it up to 11, Mott. But good to hear you, Adam, this morning. Buzz, good morning to you. W3EMD checking in with the dynamotor whining away in the background. Good morning to you, Buzz. Always great to hear you, man. Always have a great signal down here around Philadelphia, so good to hear you, Buzz. All right, what else we got here? I don't think we really have anything else to comment on. I want to make this my final. I'm going to go lay down for a little while in the other room. I still got to go to work at 8 o'clock, so I'm going to go take maybe an hour of shut-eye, an hour nap here, and wake back up and start all over again. So anyway, good morning all. I hope everyone has a great weekend. I hope everyone stays safe with these storms moving up here, through the country here. Say a couple prayers for everybody affected, because I was just going through some of the news of some of the damage. There's at least 50 people. They're saying at least 50 people dead in Kentucky from that EF5. Building collapses at factories on top of people. Amazon warehouse collapsed in Indiana. A candle factory collapsed in Kentucky. A nursing home collapsed. It's about as bad as it can get for these folks down there. So if you guys would just keep them in your thoughts, man, because we got it good sitting here talking, but there's a lot of people that ain't got it good. So anyway, we'll say 7-3. Have a fantastic day, everyone. Stay dry, stay warm, stay cool, and have fun. Down to Brown, W1NZR, and the old military radio net. 7-3 guys from W3MMR will be listening out.
Very good, Perry. Pleasant day to you, man. And yeah, I can understand you're needing a slight reset after getting up at 0400 and having to face a day of work. And always a pleasure. And your signal actually increased that last time. The propagation very interesting this morning. Jeep, very good morning to you. K3HVG, and you are literally...
Oh crap! Good morning, Jeep.
Strongest signal thus far. Doing very well. And again, propagation rather interesting. It hasn't dropped out at all. And most stations, although I will say good morning to I think it's Adam out in Ohio, not sure exactly where, KB8MDF. I can tell you're in there, but you were closer down in the noise. But I also did copy Joe a bit better on that good morning to you, Joe. I think you said you were on an ART-13 as well, and good morning to Buzz, who is on his ART-13, as I am, with the dynamotor whining away in the background. Glentron, very good on your noise problem up there. I guess some of it was taken care of by National Grid. Just keep bothering them. I actually know the president of the operation. He is friends with some other friends of mine up there, and I had a chance to meet him this past summer, although approaching retirement age, and I think he's only going to be there for a few more months. So, he was quite effective. He seemed to really want to take care of customer service. Anyway, good to hear you in here, Glentron. And again, thanks to Steve for stepping into the breach and being net control. I know from being at Steve's location that he is really fairly well set up to do this. If he can remember to bring his glasses down, but he's to be excused for that because he didn't know that he was going to have to assume this heavy responsibility. But it is much appreciated, Steve. All right. Up to Jim in Herndon, KM4XG and the Milrad Net from W1N ZR. Go ahead, Jim.
Okay, Brown, real good. W1N ZR and the old military radio. This is KM4XG in Herndon, Virginia. And everyone's still sounding really good here this morning. I'm kind of surprised. But let's see, it's not quite 6 o'clock yet, so we might be able to go another round or two. I want to say good morning to Jeep, my neighbor over here in Maryland, just 26 miles away. You've got an amazingly strong signal here, about 40 over, Jeep. And also Adam, KB8MDF in Ohio, good morning, nice to meet you. And Buzz W3EMD in New York. I think we worked before, but it's been a while. So, good morning, fellas, and welcome to the net. Don't really have much to add here. I'm going to stick around for one more round. Glenn, about the comet and the asteroid, I saw a blurb about each, that there was a comet coming, that there's an asteroid coming. But I don't know. I want to see the comet. I have to look at this a little more carefully, but I thought I'd seen that it was going to be visible, and make a good show. But it could be, it could be hyped to sell telescopes. Who knows? I don't know. If I can't see it in binoculars, I'm not going to see it. So I guess we'll have to find out what's going on. And I'm sorry to hear the news from Perry. By the way, you got a great signal again this morning, Perry. It's real nice to hear you. But sorry to hear the news about what's going down there in Kentucky. I got family in Hopkinsville, which, as I said, was it looks like it made a direct hit right on Hopkinsville. Not the tornado, but certainly from looking at the radar plots here, this great big ugly red thing went over it, and I'm still waiting to hear from folks down there in Hopkinsville. I hope they're okay. They're probably just sleeping soundly through it all. It's a Saturday morning. Nobody has to go to work, so they're probably not even getting their first cup of coffee yet. I hope that's the case, and I'm sure it is. But man, what an ugly looking line of thunderstorms that went through there. Good golly. Very, very strange for this time of year, no question about it. So I hope everyone's going to have a great day today. And as I said, I'm going to listen for one more round. And I want to say, Steve, thanks for picking up the net, KD3HT. Great signal to Northern Virginia this morning. And I appreciate you picking up the net. And with that, I think I should turn it back to Net Control. I'm not sure if Joe is still in here, WA2EJT. But let me pass it back to you, Steve, KD3HT, and the old military radio net. This is KM4XG.
Yep, very good, Jim. Comet Leonard, I think, is that the one you're talking about?
It may be, I don't know.
Yeah, they say it's, I guess it's between us and the sun. It's just passing by Venus or something, and they said there's a second one out there too. So, yeah, I know I've seen something, but I haven't been paying attention, and I did see something on that asteroid that's going to graze the atmosphere here too. So, yep, all these things continually happening and been happening throughout, and sometimes they get close to us. So, all right, we'll turn it back down to Joe, WA2EJT on the Glen, N1SNG, Bill's check out, Jeep, K3HVG, Adam, KB8MDF, and Buzz, W3EMD, and then back to me. So go ahead, Joe, WA2EJT and the old military radio net, KD3HT.
This is WA2EJT. Did you turn it to me, Steve, over?
Yep, go ahead, Joe. Yep, go ahead, Joe. Over.
Okay. Well, conditions are deteriorating here. This is the noise level now, and most of the other stations are dropping. I will hang in here for another half an hour. Keeping the time here. So, I was actually able to... good morning to you, Jay.
Frequencies in use.
Yep, very good, Joe. Go ahead, Glenn.
Yeah, I got some idiot throwing a carrier up here. I guess I'm maybe an idiot. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, there might be a busy day for on ham radio, depending on the bands. Maybe you'll see some emergency communications being activated. Probably, leave some room if you do hear anything going on. Anyway, Brown very good on all the operations there. 90 footers, huh? That'll really make for a nice tower setup there for your antenna. I know you had that B&W folded dipole a while back, but you probably come up with something. But for now, you're sounding great just the way things are there. And yes, time is in short supply. You have a busy schedule, and then some. So anyway, fine on all of that. Let me see what else. Yep, they're getting a couple loads of wood today. That'll tie the ribbons on next year's supply, and be interesting to see how the weather's going to come through this neck of the woods also. But good morning to Buzz, W3EMD, and again, Jeep, good morning to you. Perry, 7-3, see you. I guess you're headed out for some downtime before you head into work. And, of course, Charlie's not with us here. He's usually in the pre-net. And KN4XG. Yeah, binoculars, that's about the best we can do here. There are some local observatories that do, support the interest, but they can get pretty crowded too. I was down in North Carolina many years back. We did experience, I forget the name, the particular comet, but we did get to see that in the on the Outer Banks, so there was virtually no interference with man-made light. So it was pretty spectacular, for sure. So anyway, I believe it's going to go over to Jeep at this time. So that's where I'll send it, and hopefully that carrier is going from here. K3HVG. To take it, N1SNG.
Okay, Glenn, mighty fine, N1SNG, and the old military radio, that K3HVG. Good morning to all. Joe, you weren't too strong, but some of the other stations were doing quite well. Steve, and then, let's see, Brown was loud and clear. Glenn, you're incredibly strong. Just got a couple of comments here, as others have noted. That line is fairly impressive from Texas all the way up to western PA, where it becomes more of an air mass event. But I can see from PA all the way down along the leading edge there, it's occasional, level 6, which would connote, convective activity and a lot of moisture, along the leading edge. So we'll see what happens when it gets over to us later on. I hope that the Appalachians will kind of break things up as it normally does. But having said that, Northern Virginia sometimes gets the crap knocked out of it. And today's weather will, of course, preclude working on the VHF antennas up on the roof. My brother was going to come by and assist with that, but I think that's going to be a no-go. And comets and asteroids, yeah. Glenn, I think you're talking about a Hale-Bopp. I was down on Swan Island in the Caribbean at the time. And I got up one morning earlier and went over to the Met Office. And I'm looking down toward the approach end of our east-west runway, and I'm seeing this I tell you what, it looked like a burning airplane, you know, trying to make it into our airstrip. And I'm looking at it, it's kind of sparkling in there, and Navy 850s, and climbed up on the top of the Met office. We checked the newspapers and that. I didn't see anything, but I was told it was hail bop, and it was about 15 degrees, and no more than that off the horizon. So, you know, if you had a lot of terrain around, you weren't going to see it. So, I have seen the elephant. Let's see where I'm sitting. I guess I turn it to Adam then. K8 MDP, Kilo Delta 8 Mike Delta Papa, and the old military radio, that K3 HVG, over. I don't think he can hear me, Steve.
MDF, go ahead, Adam. You know, he may just have been one. I kept him on the list. Buzz, let's hear from you this morning. W3EMD, the old military radio net, KD3HT.
Yeah, KD3HT and the group W3EMD. Very good. Good morning, all. Signals are really changing. You were quite strong, Steve, but now signals have gone down. Nice to hear everybody on this morning. Hearing just about everybody was no problem, though, even though signals seem to be going down. Why, just a reminder that today is the 100th anniversary of the transatlantic tests, December 11th, 1921. And this evening, starting at 6 o'clock every 15 minutes, the station using with a 1 BCG call will be on 160 meters at, I think it's 1821 kilohertz every 15 minutes from 6 o'clock this evening Eastern Time, sending messages, just a one-way transmission using a replica of the old, of the original transmitter. This is coming from the museum in Connecticut, in Windsor, Connecticut, and I was going to go over there today to see the event. So that's happening today. And again, very bad to hear about all this destruction in Kentucky, just reading about it online. 73 everybody, and good morning, and back to you, Steve. KD3HT, W3EMD, over.
Yeah, fine, Buzz. Good signal here. And still copying you, okay. Yeah, the VL, gray line VL can move in on you're able to make the best of it, work through it. So, very good. And everybody all the way around, good copy, Chief, but, you know, I've always wondered what it would be like to be in a situation like that where, you know, you got the whole horizon and probably very little light to deal with what you can see. And if I was had more time on my boat in the morning, I'd probably be able to tell you that I'd probably spend it fishing anyway and wouldn't be looking at the horizon too much. Although I have seen a you know, rotating wall cloud and stuff from the boat, and it saw water spouts between us and our home port. So, you know, I've gotten to see that at least, so I guess there is something to be said about that. But very good. Let's see if there's anyone else to join us. It's the old military radio net. Anybody with an interest in military radio wishes to join, please do. Please call KD3HT. This is Kilo Tango, northeast PA. Okay?
kilowatt, November 4, Romeo.
Some RF in your signal. Try it again.
Kilowatt, November 4, Romeo.
Well, they seem to be his own involved, so take a minute. One more time, please.
That's KN4R.
I suspected it might be Brian. Okay, got Brian. Anyone else? Hey, Brian, get it. KN4R in the old military radio net, KD3HQ.
Pass it to me. Morning to the old military radio net. This is KN4R. Brian in staticky Sherrills Ford, North Carolina this morning. Listening just a bit. Copying everybody, including Joseph here. Good morning to all. And let's see, a special good morning to Adam if he's still listening. And also, I think that's Jim up in Herndon, Virginia, KM4HG. Good signal down here. But good morning to you, Steve and Brown and Glenn. Signed already. Craig, if he's still listening, and if I missed anybody, I apologize. I'm still on my second cup of coffee, but very good on the comments, and Swan Island. Love to go out there sometime. And very sorry about the weather that's happening. Statics were terrible down here last night on 160, so I didn't have much hope for this morning, but I'm surprised that signals are coming through the static here. So I'm on the Globe Champion 350, running a couple of hundred watts and listening on the old XLO. So nothing too new here. Still have a lot of military stuff to go through, but I hear Brown has brought another load down from Connecticut, so that's terrific, and can't wait to go over there and see his new QTH. So Steve, I'm going to go ahead. I'm still working on my list here, so I'm going to pass it back to you, and then I'll try to get in sync here as we go on in the morning. So KD3HT in the old military radio net. This is KN4R.
Okay. Anyone else like to join the old military radio net? Please call now. I guess I see the carrier you're talking about, Glenn. It's very light here. 6 months frequencies here. One of these days I'll fix my power supply so this thing will be more stable. And I said, Brian, you have RF on your signal, and I was questioned, well, shouldn't everybody have RF on their signal if they're transmitting? Yeah, okay. So, very good. And sound good on the Globe Champ here this morning. And, yeah, good group. Everybody sounds good, buzz. There's good signal down here. And okay on the special events station there for the first transatlantic transmission, or reception, I guess, of a transmission. And, yeah, I've been working on, once in a while, been working on the 610, and finally, got a voltmeter that had good enough range to connect to B+, not really B+. And so I got some relay stuff going on, or something not close. I have another transformer downstairs, so I'll go through that. And try to get that on, so I have a few more watts here. And yes, my 60 cycle home. Thanks, Will. Yeah, a lot of listeners out there in the audience today, and making comments here and there. So thank you for that. All right, let's go up again to the top of the list. We have Perry checked out, so Brown, 1M4R, down to Jim, KM4XG. Joe should be in there, WA2EJT. Glenn, down the Jeep, over to Buzz, and lastly Brian, KM4R. So over to you, Brown, KW1NZR, and the growing garage, KD3HT.
All right, Steve, thanks. Your signal holding up very, very nicely indeed. Rather unusual, actually, this propagation this morning. Very good morning to Brian. When Brian first broke in, I heard him quite nicely, and then when you turned it back to him, he went back down closer to the noise, so not sure how he is copying me. And we are, a rough guesstimation, about 200 miles or so apart, maybe a little less direct line. So a bit close in, but that's the way it goes. Not too much more here, Steve, but I do appreciate your handling the net and adeptly doing so. I've been doing a little bit of library sorting here in the background, trying to place the engineering library into some sort of order from the complete chaos and entropy that it ended up in the initial move here. So slowly but surely picking things away. And Glenn Tron, hope you're still copying. Yeah, thanks for the comments on the... Yes, it's not radically dissimilar from Deerfield. It's about the same height of trees. It's a slightly different species with more of a, and I forget which one it is, but with more of branches up high. So they're really well suited to be antenna support, and I really need to take advantage of it, and I think it will actually improve my signal. I'm still amazed that at about 25 or 30 feet with this 75-meter coax dipole, although with a balance, it does so well. Looking forward to QRO and a little bit better antenna placement and antennas themselves. Buzz, your signal came up considerably, and thank you for the reminder on the 1BCG reenactment. And I believe that's actually the call in 1BCG, Clark, and he is actually in Greenwich, Connecticut. And I think he's orchestrating at least part of that. And I know that the Radio Club of America is also running a commemorative day. And they're not, I don't believe it's one and the same. But anyway, I did get, interesting, I didn't solicit it, but I did get an email from somewhere regarding the Radio Club of America effort and history with that. So it is an historic event, no doubt. So anyway, propagation still seems to be holding up, and I did copy Joe again on that last round. Okay, Jim, up to you. KM4XG and the Millrad from W1NZR in North Carolina. Go ahead.
Yeah, W1NZR. This is King Mike 4 X-ray call. Let me amplifier roll up here. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, W1NZR in the group. Kilo Mike 4 X-ray call in Herndon, Virginia. Well, I'm looking at the news here, and I just wanted to, let's see, what have I done? I just lost it. Okay, here we go. This is from WHOP, 12:30 a.m. in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. The governor says between 50 and 100 Kentuckians killed in overnight tornadoes. And they've got quite a number of pictures here. It looks like the courthouse in Mayfield was destroyed. It was Mayfield was the hardest hit. I'm not exactly where that is in relation to Hopkinsville, but it says here that it will certainly get in the books as the longest lived tornado, devastated a path that's 227 miles long and goes from central Arkansas well into Kentucky. It says Mayfield was hit the hardest. The roof of a candle factory there collapsed, and the governor says dozens inside may have been killed. Numerous structures damaged or destroyed in Mayfield, including the county courthouse. Across western Kentucky, the death toll could approach 100. Dawson Springs was also hit hard. So there you go. Significant damage reported across the region in Marshall, McCracken, Hopkins, Lyon, and Muhlenberg counties. The governor says he'll visit the region as soon as the weather calms enough for it, to be safe to be traveling. So a pretty serious situation there, as Perry was saying earlier. An F5 evidently cut a 227-mile path right across the 3 states. It looks like Arkansas, Tennessee, and Kentucky. Yeah, I'm still waiting for somebody to answer the phone in Hopkinsville. So that's the situation here. This will be my last one. I'm going to dish out here and see what I can find out here on the news, and maybe send a couple of emails and so on. I just wanted to say I was hearing everyone very well on the last overs. The band's holding up really, really well. Welcome to Brian, KN4R. Hearing you fine in Northern Virginia. Buzz, Adam, Jeep, everyone was doing very well. Glenn, he was still very loud last time. And Steve in Pennsylvania, you're doing great. Brown, excellent signals. So propagation's good, just the weather is stinky. And I think I pass it to Jim next to WA2EJT and the military radio net. Here's KM4HG, Herndon, Virginia, 73 all around, gentlemen.
Whiskey, if anybody can copy.
Other stations were down close to the noise. So, well, it's really sad to hear about the nasty this way, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, great to hear such good conditions here this Saturday, and something similar next week. I know last time I turned it back to you, Steve, but you turned it right over to Glenn. My final transmission, and hopefully back here Saturday. So, here's one of the answers. Jay, good morning all, and thanks for running things, Steve. WA2EJ, take care.
WA2EJT. Okay, Joe, very good. Yep, and heed the warnings. Be careful and wait for this whole thing to just go by. And Jim, thanks for the quick reports there. Sounds that's just like the tip of the iceberg. I worked for a company and the roof collapsed from snow, and 2 hours before the first shift was supposed to start on Monday morning, and it just cut. It broke the main gas line. Sprinkler systems all busted up. I mean, there was rooftop air conditioners, in the production areas. If it had happened later, there probably would have been some fatalities. It's just a small version of what can happen there. But the roof trusses failed, and it's not a very good day for sure there. But 7-3s to you, Jim. And seek safe harbor if need be, for sure. And Jeep, we were very good on that comment there. It probably would have been the same. I think this was back in 2015. No, not 2015. I think it was earlier than that. But in any case, yeah, it's quite a sight to behold there with the Comet, that's for sure. And good morning to Brian, KN4R, light copy this morning, Brian, but the Globe Champ is it's making its way through. No problem there. And a W3EMD Buzz, thanks for the heads up on the 1BCG out in Connecticut there. I remember AJ1G Chris was talking about that a few days ago. Sounds like it's going to be quite interesting there. The historical transatlantic moment there. But anyway, Steve, I'm going to send it back to you. Wait a minute. No, I'm going to send it over to Jeep, but I just wanted to mention that there was a K0VUW checked in, so you might want to put him down in the book there. Anyway, over to you, Jeep, and nice signal in here this morning, and again, like everybody else, just heed the warnings, keep your eye on the weather reports till this thing is all over. It's going to be a real mess out there. So K3HVG and the old military radio net from N1SNG. Go ahead, G.
Yeah, roger that, Glenn, N1SNG and the old military radio net, K3HVG. Yeah, well, the event that I saw, Glenn, was way back in either 75 or 76, you know, when I was working down the Caribbean on the island. And yeah, we got newspapers and we would listen to Armed Forces radio, but we had no TV back then. There was no satellite TV, and we didn't hear anything about it, you know, by Paul Harvey. So it was a while back when somebody told us what it was. But it was there for a couple of days, as I recall. But it was very, very colorful, I guess. And but as Steve was saying, you have to have a clear version. And Steve, I wonder if you've ever seen green flash. Being on the water, you have to have almost no atmospheric turbidity to be able to see it. But I think I saw it once. Again, same location, on a really, really clear morning. You know, the sun is coming up and you get that prism effect. But I think I saw it, because it only happens for about a second. And if you're not there, you're going to miss it. And anyway, I'm trying to think of something else clever to say. Well, I'm on the commercial gear. 400 watts carrier, the 1000D and a L4B. If Ted calls in, of course, I've got the patch hooked up to this setup, and not the ART13, of course. So he's supposed to. I say he is supposed to. He may call in between